So why you think Justin Tendulkar government is not treating well as a fairly with this case, this Karima Baloch death case? Do you think that this government, this Canadian government, is somewhat under pressure, and that's why they are not putting up whatever the truth should be before the people?
Well, it is visible because, for example, do you think that there is a persecution of Sikhs going on in India? No, nobody can see a persecution of Sikhs in India, but still the Prime Minister of Canada speaks for the Sikh of India. But he will never shed a single word for Baloch people who are dying in thousands. There are military operations going on since last 50 years continuously in Balochistan, but Canadian Prime Minister is not shedding a single word for Baloch issue. But he speaks for Sikhs who are enjoying their human rights in India. There is no persecution of Sikhs in India, but still he dares to speak about Sikhs. So yes, it is an appeasement government of Canada which appeases jihadis.
So you think that you feel that there is a connection, there is a connection between CPEC and the kind of exploitation that is happening inside Balochistan. And to those who raise voice against these exploitation are silenced one by one by Pakistani elements and those who are engaged there in Balochistan. That's the China. So you want to say so?
Yes, obviously, because for this kind of imperialistic designs, they can do anything. And if they are killing thousands in Pakistan, it's not impossible for them to do these outside. Now it is for West to look after it because jihadis and Chinese have very much control in countries like Canada, United Kingdom, where I live, and yes, things are increasing and attacks are increasing. So obviously, for the sake of their master project, CPEC, they can kill anyone, and obviously it is their intent to kill anyone who comes on the way of their designs. So yes, I agree that because of CPEC and because of natural resources exploitation in Balochistan, they are doing this.
How you see Pakistani army and ISI's involvement in these type of a murder? And because we have seen common modus operandi in the killing of Sajid Hussain, a journalist who was killed also in Sweden, and second, Karima Baloch. So there's a commonality in this modus operandi that's adopted by Pakistan Army and ISI. Do you think that are they enough? They are strong enough to go out to Western countries and other Canada to kill people?
Even any country's intelligence agency can do it. Even RAW will do it. But they have some norms and they respect international laws. But Pakistan is a goon. Pakistan is a goon country. Pakistan openly infiltrates into India, Afghanistan, in bordering countries, and openly involved in cross-border terrorism. So they are not ashamed. Pakistan is a banana republic. Now, for example, Pakistan openly says that we will stand behind Kashmiris. While India, Jammu and Kashmir is an integral and legal part of India, which was signed through a treaty between legal custodian of Jammu and Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, and Muslim leader Sheikh Abdullah with Indian Prime Minister. But still, Pakistan says that we will support all Kashmiris, and Pakistan is involved in terrorism in Kashmir. Pakistan brings out a non-existent movement of Khalistan against India. Pakistan appointed a prime minister of Junagadh, which is a part of India. Just last week, they appointed a Pakistani as a prime minister of Junagadh. Pakistan openly does this. While Baloch movement is a genuine grassroots movement, India still does not support it, and India still does not give any support to this movement because India thinks that we are not a banana republic. We respect international laws and things, but Pakistan does not respect laws and international things. Even a common Pakistani in France stabs 4 people on the name of religion in Paris. So how can you stop an intelligence agency like the inter-services intelligence of Pakistan, which is famous for doing all these illegal activities across the.
Sir, how you see international support? Because this thing, now this voice against persecution of Baloch are rising one country after another. Lots of protests are happening across the world. Do you think that the international government are supporting it, or still they are lacking?
There is no as such support for Baloch people internationally. There are some people on individual grounds. For example, U.S. Under Secretary yesterday tweeted that I'm very sad on the demise of Karima Baloch,
Karima
and
Baloch.
but it is not a state policy of any country supporting Balochistan, because Balochistan issue is divided between some countries. There is eastern province of Iran, Sistan, which is majority Baloch speaking. Then there are many Baloch in Afghanistan also. So because it is a similar issue like Kurdistan, because Kurdish are also divided between Turkey, Syria, Iran, Iraq. So nobody wants to take up this issue. So here in Baloch issue is also divided between some countries. For example, some Indians told me that India is refraining to support Baloch because India does not want to angry Iran on this issue. So there is no as such international support, but it does not mean that this movement will die or it will stop, because it is a people's movement and people wants independence, because they have tried Pakistan for very long. Although they were not legal part of Pakistan, Balochistan got independent on 11 August 1947, 3 days before independence of Pakistan and India. There was an embassy of Balochistan in Karachi. So it was invaded by Pakistan. On gunpoint, accession treaty was signed. So Baloch are occupied and they want independence. Now, any country supports them or not, the movement will go on.
Why Balochistan is heavily exploited by Pakistan, despite being all measures taken by voices raised against exploitation of that region and exploitation of people and torture. These, but still the thing is that nothing is moving beyond. So where is it somewhere you see that somewhere it is lacking, that people, that the not international community is not helping them, a community which is highly persecuted, perhaps in South Asian region is highly persecuted, but still that kind of support is not coming to it. So why, how you feel about it?
Well, Balochistan is a very rich province because of its natural resources. For example, gas was exploited from Balochistan in 1956 from a village Sui. The irony is that every village of Punjab is getting gas, that gas of Balochistan, but that very village, Sui, does not get gas. Baloch women cook even today on wooden stoves. So this is the pure game of exploitation and exploitation of natural resources. Balochistan is rich in many resources, like world's second largest gold mine, Ritodek, is in Balochistan, and gold is exploited illegally from those mines by China and Punjabi army. So it is purely game of natural resources exploitation for which they are going on. Now, for example, the military operation in Balochistan is going on, but there is a media censor in Balochistan. And Balochistan is a
Okay.
no-go area for even Pakistani media personnel. So internationally, we cannot bring very much attention. International media does not buy these stories, because you know also that international media is under control of some capitalist people, and they don't buy these stories. Human rights are uh, vastly paid attention issues. Nobody takes care of human rights issues. So I think it is poor people of Balochistan that their situation is not drawing any attention.
Sir, my last question is how you see the current movement, particularly in the background of in the backdrop of a murder of a Baloch, highly popular Baloch leader, that's an activist, that Karima Baloch. How you see the movement and how you see the public anger?
Well, I think Baloch movement is very strong. It is based on people, and it is without support, any support from any foreign country. It is going on. Baloch have decided that they will get independence. Now it is a duty of international community in general and India in particular to come out for the support of Baloch people. After all, Baloch were Indian once, and it was a part of India, and it is a moral duty of India to come out to support Baloch movement, and international community should come forward. Baloch are secular people, and they need international support, and their movement will not stop. They will continue their struggle for their freedom, and nothing can stop that.
Thank you, sir. Great pleasure to talk to you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks
Thanks.
very much.